Well, my. Look at y'all. It's been a while, ain't it? Been a while. Look at you, living it up. You been living it up? Just a little bit. When did I last see you? You don't remember? What's your name again? Susie? Last time I saw Susie was in New Orleans, back in 1957. At the Apple Ride. You remember the Apple Ride, Susie?
Sure do.
You sure do? What you remember about the Apple Ride, Susie? You forgot all about it, didn't you? It's okay. It's a long time ago. That's 70 years. You know about the Apple Ride? You don't remember about that? So what it was is there were 16,000 marching down Rampart Street, downtown New Orleans. And every one of them had 2 apples. Granny Smith in their right hand, if they were right-handed. If they were left-handed, the Granny Smith was in their left. If they were ambidextrous, you got to choose. You remember, Susie, back in the 50s, it was a sign of protest. This using your left hand, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Schools, they used to try and make left-handed kids use their right hands. Imagine going to school and having them telling you can't be what you really are. Thank God we don't do nothing like that in schools these days. So, they had a Granny Smith in one hand and a pink lady in the other. The apple. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke. You like apples, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like apple juice?
Yeah.
Yeah? When was the last time you had some apple juice? A couple mornings ago. You can check your sugar diary if you want to be sure. You bring your sugar diary tonight? What's your sugar coach going to say about that? You ain't got a sugar coach?
No.
No. Who submits your annual sugar statement every year then? To the sugar board. How are they going to know how much sugar to make every year if you ain't submitting your sugar statement? So for y'all who don't know, a sugar diary is 4 columns. Right? You got your sucrose, your fructose, your glucose, and your lactose. And every day you write down. So for me, yesterday, 25 grams of sucrose, 8 smiles. Right? 33 grams of fructose, 11 smiles. No fans of fructose in the room tonight. 18 grams of glucose, 3 smiles, and 350 grams of lactose, 1,000 tears. Anyway, New Orleans, 57, a Granny Smith in one hand and a pink lady in the other. And what they would do is, Luke, I drank 4 liters of apple juice this morning. That's every morning, 5 a.m. I wake up. That first liter goes down so smooth, yeah. By the 4th liter, it's a world of pain, you know. It's tough drinking 4 liters in 45 minutes, then I go back to sleep. It keeps me going through the day. Granny Smith, pink lady. And what they would do while they was marching is they would bang them together above their head. Right here. Can you make it sound like... with your hands? Put your drink down. What you doing? This is participatory. So, that's good. That's good. On the end here, can you... Oh my God, I did not see you there. I didn't know you were going to be here tonight. What was your name again? Adam. Sacramento, 1922. August 17th. You remember that? That Monopoly game that night? The 4 of us playing? I remember that day so well. Playing Monopoly with Adam in Sacramento back in 1922. You remember it's because Pappy had mown the lawn that morning. And you could smell the freshly mown grass. You know that smell? Nostalgia, right? It was raining from the afternoon on. We've been playing Monopoly for about 4 hours. It was me, Adam, Pappy, and Gwendolyn. You remember Gwendolyn, Adam? What you remember about Gwendolyn?
Just her smile.
Her smile. So, Gwendolyn was the last ever California grizzly bear. And she did have a hell of a smile. Although people who saw it often didn't live to tell the tale. So, we've been playing Monopoly for about 4 hours. Adam was doing well, as Adam tends to do. And Gwendolyn rolled the dice, and she moved, and she landed on Boardwalk. I think y'all call it Mayfair. You know, the most expensive property? And Adam owned that set. Didn't you, Adam? And you had hotels, didn't you, Adam? 1 house, weren't enough. 2 houses, weren't enough. When's it gonna be enough, Adam? Anyway, Gwendolyn landed on the hotels. And I remember Adam looked across at Pappy. Pappy looked at me, and I looked at Gwendolyn. And her head was in her big bad paws. Every one of us at that table knew full well she didn't have the money to pay for that damn hotel. And there was silence. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, I don't know, could have been 30 seconds. Gwendolyn flipped the board over. She bounded outside into the rain. There was a beat, and then Adam got up running after Gwendolyn saying, "Gwendolyn, I didn't say rand." Remember that, Adam? I didn't say rand. Now, the thing about Gwendolyn is she weren't no spring chicken. She was a grizzly bear. And she collapsed in that freshly mown grass. Her big grizzly heart couldn't take the monopolistic nature of humanity no more. She died right there in the rain. And there ain't been no grizzly bears in California ever since. I remember Adam crying over her body. I didn't say rant. But sometimes Adam simply not saying rant ain't enough, is it? Ain't enough. Anyway, it's good to see you tonight. 57, New Orleans. Granny Smith, Pink Lady. Make that sense? That was, I need commitment from the front row. On the count of 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Adam, you gonna join him. 1, 2, 3. Keep going, you can join in right now. Whole room, actually, everybody. Come on, in time, in rhythm. Keep going, keep that rhythm. Keep that rhythm. Click louder. Get into it. Okay. Now, imagine 16,000 of those. Can you imagine 16,000 of those? They used to call that sound the apple knock. Those sound of those 2 apples knocking together. Abbreviated AK. That's where the letters AK in the gun AK-47 came from. That gun used to be apple-powered. For the people, the handle was green on one side, red on the other. Makes noise if you know the singer Fiona Apple. Anyone in the crowd know Fiona Apple? Yeah. Not a lot, right? So the apple in her name, that was political. She was political. Her 3rd album, they didn't let her release it. You know that, Susie. They didn't release that 3rd album. She was subliminally trying to make a new apple ride through Times Square. A big apple ride with 1 million apples. Little girl was going to change the world. Susie, when you were a little girl, you going to change the world? Yeah. What happened? It ain't too late. The Granny Smith represents the older generations. The Pink Lady represents the youth. You bring them together, you can do anything. Anyway, my name has been Mama America. It's been great to see all of y'all. We're going to have 2 more people come out here tonight. Closing the show, we got Australian comedian, Mr. Gareth Mosley. But right now, my favorite poet all the way from London, England. Act like you know him even if you don't. Make some noise for David Bluetooth. All right, good to be here. Good to be here. A few of you know me, a few of you don't. My name is Davey Bluetooth. I'm a famous rapper, writer, poet, playwright, and environmentalist. I grew up poor, South London. Right? So poor. But now I'm famous. I got 108 platinum records. This past week marks the 10-year anniversary of my first ever record going triple platinum. The album was called Shoes and Socks and Frogs and Locks. I'm sure a few of you have got a copy in your Spotify playlist. You probably got the CD at home from back in the day. Some of you picked up the collector's edition ocean blue color 10-year anniversary vinyl from the website. Right here, I can sign it for you after the show, for real. I wrote the lyrics to the title track, Shoes and Socks and Frogs and Locks, when I was sitting on a toilet. Sitting on a toilet on a train. I could hear the tracks beneath me. Kind of like a beat, right? Sitting there. The train was coming back from France. I'd been staying in France, in Paris, with my French girlfriend for about a little over a month. I loved her. Don't laugh at that. I'm a sweetheart. Look at me. It's hard. A man like me, girls all around the world stealing my heart. It's not easy. Even with 108 platinum records, it's not easy. The train was coming from France to England, right, in the Channel. You know what the Channel is, sir? That tunnel that goes under the English Channel. Amazing engineering, right? It's pretty crazy. They can build a tunnel under the ocean. Thing is, before I ever went in the Channel, I didn't know it went under the ocean. I thought it went in the ocean. On the ocean floor, right? And if you looked out the windows, you could see through the glass, different things going by, ocean life, right? That's not very realistic though, is it? It's not realistic. The glass would have to be so thick. Glass so thick that a short-sighted shark could read the ads on the side of the train. What would you advertise to a short-sighted shark? What kind of advertising demographic is that? What would the advertising industry employed psychologists think of to say to manipulate the mind of a short-sighted shark into wanting something it doesn't need? What does a short-sighted shark even need? And you couldn't use a human psychologist, right? Not underwater. They'd drown, right? So you need underwater psychologists for underwater psychology. So maybe a dolphin, right? A dolphin psychologist, that makes sense, right? That large brain, they got that, you know, you've seen their head the way it goes, like sharks, flat head, right? The dolphin's got that large cerebellum, right? The cerebellum. Cerebellum was the name of my French girlfriend. Sarah Balloon, B-L-U-M-E with the dash above the U. When I first met her, I was like, this girl's beautiful. What's your name, sweetheart? She was like, my name is Cerebellum. I was like, oh, Cerebellum? She's like, oh, eh? And I thought, man, I might write a song about this girl one day. So I'm on the toilet, on the train, in the Channel. Thinking about short-sighted sharks and dolphin psychologists. And my mind starts racing, thinking like killer whales could be the surgeons of the ocean. That makes sense, right? That violent precision. Pilot fish could be the dentist. You know what a pilot fish is? They're the little ones that swim around the teeth of the bigger fish. They'd be good dentists, right? You could have lobster hairdressers. Would you go to a lobster hairdresser? Maybe. I did. Look what happened. You could have swordfish authors. You know? The pen is truly mightier. Clownfish could be the politicians of the ocean. Short-sighted sharks could use sea lions instead of seeing-eye dogs. Squids could be the lawyers. Use up some of their ink, right? And of course, the octopus would be the judge. Can you picture an octopus judge, sir? Yeah. 8 hammers and a wig, right? 8 Hammers in a Wig. 8 Hammers in a Wig was the name of the second single off that album. So I'm on the toilet, on the train, in the channel. And I reach for the backpack hanging on the hook on the back of the toilet door. I undo the zip and take out my notepad. But I can't find my pen. I'm looking around, there's no pen to be found, and then I remember. I reach into the jeans, my pocket of my jeans that are still around my ankles. Take out a small stubby pencil. You know the ones they have on the cafe tables? I'd been at a cafe in Paris with Sarah just before I caught the train. And I'd placed that pencil in my pocket absent-mindedly when she told me she wanted to break up with me. Oh. So I sat there writing my lyrics, looking down. I could see my shoes and my socks, thinking about French Sarah, the French, the frogs, thinking about the padlock we placed on the Pont d'Arts Bridge only 4 weeks earlier. Shoes and socks and frogs and locks and Sarah Balloon. Sarah Balloon. Need my coffee, I'm tired. So tired. You get enough sleep last night, man?
No.
No, how much you get?
4 hours.
4 hours? Jesus. It's not a lot. I didn't go to bed at all last night. Got no sleep. I had a 24-hour lock-in in the studio. You know what we go through in a 24-hour lock-in in the studio? Hell? We go through about 1 kilogram. Each of muesli. Ingredients, good ingredients, all fresh / dried. All dried / fresh, you know, all freshly dried. Some stewed apricots, some yogurt, topped off with some full cream snake venom. If you know, you know. And we're having a bowl of that muesli every hour on the hour for 24 hours, keeping that energy up, staying regular, right? That'll keep you regular, right? Very much so. Some of the young cats in the studio, it's their first lock-in. They don't know how prolific I am. They look at me. Okay, I put like 6 albums a year. They don't know how prolific I am. They see me stopping an hour in to make some muesli. And they're like, what you doing, man? We just started. You're stopping already, taking a break for some muesli, and you're making it yourself? You're supposed to be famous. And I tell them then and there, I say, you've got to make it yourself. You build that work ethic, 1 bowl of muesli at a time. Right? And they look at me like I'm crazy. Like I'm crazy. 5 hours later, they're looking tired. And I'm feeling wired. They're looking slow, I'm ready to go. They're feeling weak, and I'm feeling sleek. They're looking haggard, and I'm looking ragged. Oh, on purpose. Because that's the fashion. They're needing rations, they're sounding funny. I'm sweet like honey, right? They're like, Davey, unlock the front door. We've got to take a break now, go get some food. I'm like, no, you ain't. You're 5 bowls behind. It's muesli like everyone else. Catch up. Hit that. So that's every hour. Every 2 hours in a 24-hour lock-in. See, we've got a butler in the studio. Her name is Jessica Studio Butler. She comes in every 2 hours with a silver tray with 6 large balloons, 6 different color balloons, right? And a thick black texture. And we're going to blow up those balloons and write a word of something that's causing us anxiety or causing us stress on those balloons. So I write 6 words on 6 balloons. I take a pin and I pop each one. You know what's lighter than a balloon? A popped balloon. The weight is just gone. If you trap air in a balloon, you pop it, you set that air free. You trap your emotions in a balloon, pop it, set yourself free. You look a bit skeptical. On your way home tonight, go past the shops, pick up a packet of balloons, a large packet of fair trade balloons, and a thick black texture, free-range organic. If you don't know what a free-range organic texture is, it's just an empty tube. You buy some black jelly beans, you push them in, squish them down, push hard when you write on those balloons of a word that something's causing you stress. And when you blow up that balloon, you blow your emotions in that balloon with the black jelly bean name on it. The aniseed. Think about the aniseed and the anxiety. Those two words are connected. The other week I was feeling down. I took 3 balloons, put them inside each other like a babushka doll. I blew them up. I wrote my name on the first one, popped it. Wrote my name on the second one, popped it. Wrote my name on the third one and gave it a kiss. And then I popped it. Right? Tastes like aniseed. Free-range organic. If you know, you know. That's every 2 hours. Every 3 hours in the studio, in a 24-hour lock-in, we get a bottle of champagne. It sounds good, right? But we ain't drinking it. We've got a boat in the studio. And we christen that boat with a new name every 3 hours. Right? The name of the next song we're about to work on. We have a 3-hour time limit. You finish the song, you move on. I don't care if you're feeling inspired. Inspiration is garbage. Creativity is a skill. Now, every 4 hours, Adam, every 4 hours, Jessica's studio butler comes in with a bowl of ashes. Like it's Ash Wednesday in the Roman Catholic Church. But instead of a cross, she draws a smiley face on the forehead. Trying to bring that happiness into the room, right? Can you imagine being sad with some ashes and a smiley face on your forehead, sir? You can. Fair enough. To each his own. So, 24, we got the smiley face on the forehead every 4, christen the ship with the champagne every 3, emotion balloon every 2, and a muesli every hour on the hour. So, it goes muesli, muesli balloon, muesli champagne, muesli balloon smiley face. Muesli, muesli, balloon, champagne, muesli, muesli, balloon, smiley face, muesli, champagne, muesli, balloon, muesli, muesli, balloon, champagne, smiley face, muesli, muesli, balloon, muesli, champagne, muesli, balloon, smiley face, muesli, champagne, muesli, balloon, muesli, muesli, balloon, smiley face, muesli, champagne, muesli, balloon, muesli, muesli, balloon, champagne, smiley face. And that's what we go through in 24. Right here. You a good swimmer, man?
Yeah, actually.
You are?
Yeah.
I could tell. Just the way you were sitting, I was like scoping out through that first bit, looking who's a good swimmer. Like if this room, not that it will, but if this room filled with water spontaneously, you'd be okay, right? Fuck yeah. That's confidence. That's what I like to see. Growing up in South London, so poor, as a child, I never learned how to swim. 6 years old, I almost drowned in our kettle. We didn't even have a real kettle. Just a miniature bath and a blowtorch. You know what a miniature bath is? Mind your business. And that didn't matter, being poor in South London, right? It didn't matter that I couldn't swim because I didn't need to. Where was I going to swim? But when shoes and socks and frogs and locks went triple platinum, all the big labels, they came calling and they were like trying to sign us. So we signed with Wobble God Records. The creative director of Wobble God Records, Mr. Angus Jugglepot, came to me like, Davey, we got to get you out to LA. Work with some of our producers, you know? Collaborate with some of our other artists. And I was like, cool, but we got to bring Dizzy J and DJ Sticks. And he was like, yeah, bring them all. Everyone over to LA. So we moved to LA. There was a nice studio there. It was on the coast, just out north of town, overlooking the ocean. And you already know how I feel about the ocean, right? And Angus did bring in all these other artists, producers, songwriters to help us out, avoid the second album syndrome, that stuff. We didn't use none of them. Not one. Because there was a cleaner in the studio. Her name was Gladys Featherduster. Spelled D-U-S-T-A-H. She could rhyme, she could sing, she could play every instrument, write songs. Gladys Feather Duster was amazing. She's on almost probably half the tracks on that record, right? If you check the liner notes, she's credited as the notorious GFD. A few months into recording the album, Angus said to me, "Davey, the album's going great. Take the weekend off. You're working too hard. As a bit of a reward, we've got the label's yacht. Come out on the yacht. We'll have a great time. Bring everyone. Bring Dizzy J. Bring DJ Sticks." And I was like, cool, we'll bring Gladys too. And he was like, "Gladys, the cleaner?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's on half the tracks on the record." "Don't worry, I'll explain later. What do we get up to on the yacht? What do we actually do?" And he said, "We'll eat some nice food, we'll go scuba diving." You like scuba diving, right? And I told him, "Man, I can't swim. Not like this man right here. I can't swim." And so he handed me a card and he said, "Okay, we won't go this weekend, but call my guy. He's the best swim instructor on the whole West Coast." And so I called the number on the card. And I became obsessed with swimming. The instructor, his name was Jason Waterlevel. And he had a black belt in breaststroke. He was pretty good at butterfly too. He worked out a way to combine the two strokes together and called them butterstroke. Kind of looked like... twice as powerful as breaststroke. Right? Half the energy of butterfly. Incredible. He taught me about all the different types of water. You know the different types of water in all the different oceans? You know how the Pacific is very specific? The Atlantic gets frantic? And how the Indian Ocean will get windy and emotional? Swimming and swimming all the time, 4 hours a day. I cut my studio time back from 16 to 12 hours every day. A few months pass, Angus calls me up. "Davey, I hear you're a pretty good swimmer now." He called me because he couldn't come in the studio no more because I banned him from the studio. He made some untoward remarks about Gladys's attire. To be fair, she was dressed as a giant rhino. Like a big mascot outfit, walking around with a real live machine gun with rubber bullets in it, just spraying off at anyone who caused her the bad vibes, right? Which was usually Angus, so he doesn't come in no more. Anyway, Angus said to me, she actually got real bullets and shot 3 people, so shout out to Gladys, do your time, we'll see you when you get out. Angus said to me, "Davey, you're a good swimmer now, come out on the yacht, we got it again this weekend." So we went out on the yacht, me, Dizzy J, DJ Sticks, Gladys didn't come. We hung out for a little bit. I dove into the water, right? I got carried away doing my butterstroke. Found myself in open water. I couldn't see the boat anymore. I didn't know what to do. A giant stingray came up to me and gestured for me to follow it. So I did butterstroke down the coast of California for 2 hours after this giant stingray. And then it motioned for me to follow it down into an underwater cave. So I followed it down into this underwater cave. And there was an older stingray in there. It was like a shop, like an apothecary shop. These little pots everywhere made of seashells with little lids on it. They were selling stuff. I swam in there and this old stingray, the stingray apothecary, said to me, "Hey man, we loved your first album. We appreciate you singing about us underwater creatures. Not a lot of people do." And so I said, "Cool, thank you. I appreciate that. What are you selling in here? Like, what's in this pot?" "Oh, that's starfish juice." So I said, "Cool, what about these pots over here?" "Oh, they're all starfish juice." And I said, "All right, cool. What is starfish juice?" And the stingray apothecary said, it's like a skin lotion for underwater creatures, like a skin cream. And that's where we got the name of that second album, Stingray Apothecary. You probably remember the lyrics, right? She was a stingray apothecary selling underwater skin lotion made from starfish juice. That's how she got loose. We found her at the bottom of the ocean. Everybody now, stingray apothecary selling underwater skin lotion made from starfish juice. That's how she got loose. Found her at the bottom of the ocean. Last time now, stingray apothecary selling underwater skin lotion made from starfish juice. We found her at the bottom of the ocean. Thank you. Please welcome to the stage now Mr. Gareth Mosley. So, who's ready to get relatable? Yeah? You ready to get relatable? We're going to talk about birthday presents. No one knows more about birthday presents than your old mate me, Gareth Mosley. No one. Last weekend was my fourth stepdad's birthday. He's the best one yet. His name's Braith. Spelled B-R-A-T-H-E. Short for Braithany. He's a good bloke. He's been married to my mum, Celia, for about 18 months. So it's pretty serious. Good old Braith and Celia. Braith and Celia. Sounds like a disease, doesn't it? Sorry, I can't eat that. I'm a Braith and celiac. And you can laugh at that. The PC police aren't coming. Not for made-up diseases. They're not going to be here. No PC police tonight. Though we could use the numbers. Anyway, Braith's birthday, needed to get him a gift. Needed to get him something nice. But I don't have a lot of money. I don't know if you can tell. Can you tell I don't have a lot of cash? You can tell, can't you? Half my cash goes on my therapist. And the other half goes on clothes. Fashion. And you can laugh at that because obviously I look like shit. PC police aren't coming. The fashion police, they might show up. Take me away in the paddy wagon, huh? Good old fashion police. They don't get on with the PC police. They're more Mac users, you know? Anyway, needed to get a gift for Braith, not a lot of money, so I head off to one of my favourite places, probably one of your favourite places too, the Green Shed. Got some fans of the Green Shed here tonight. I mean the good Green Shed in Mitchell, not the shit one in Civic, where you get 16 dirty hats for $8. I mean the good one in Mitchell, yeah? Not that shit one in Civic, where you get 2 broken golf clubs and disc 3 of season 6 of the Gilmore Girls for $2.70. Who's that for? Who's buying one disc of a box set from 2003? Are you doing that? You buying that, Adam? You a fan of the... He is. I knew it was for somebody. Anyway, so I go into the Green Shed, the good Green Shed in Mitchell, and I walk in there and there's a grand piano in there. I don't know how it got there. It's just there. Maybe someone died, it was part of their estate, they need to get rid of it quick. And grand pianos, they're like cigarettes and cars, you know, benign in their isolation. But someone was sitting at this piano, playing it, showing off. Yeah? Showing off at the Green Shed. It's not the place for it. Playing a little song called My Parents Loved Me Enough to Make Me Play the Piano, which is the name of every song on the piano. And to make matters worse, his friend is filming him on his iPhone. Or Android, I didn't check. And live streaming it to social media. That's not on, is it? I wasn't going to put up with that. So I walk up and I interrupt him and I'm like, mate, where do you guys keep... And he cuts me off. He says, no, dude, I don't work here. And I looked at him and I said, I don't care where you work, mate. This isn't about you. I just want to know where the nice gift boxes are. The second-hand nice gift boxes. And he says, look, I don't work here, but they're over in the corner. I saw them earlier. And I looked at him and I said, well, you do work here, don't you? Because you've just done a job here. No one works at the Green Shed anyway. It's a charity. And he says, the Green Shed's not a charity. And I looked him in the eye and I said, fuck you. And you can laugh at that because that's just banter, isn't it? A bit of abuse. A bit of bants. Do you like bants, sir? Are you a fan of bants? Are you pro-bants?
Pro-bants.
Pro-bants. What are we without bants? With our friends and our family and strangers filming their friends playing grand pianos at the Green Shed? We're nothing without those bants. Anyway, step one done. Step one, nice, good, second-hand gift box, sorted. Time for step two. Off to my real favourite place. Maybe your favourite place too, sir. Lincraft. Yeah? You like Lincraft? Yeah, nice curtains. Is that where you go for your haberdashery needs? Yeah? How good is the word haberdashery? Yeah. Some real haberdashery fans there in the second row. I had to go to Lincraft to buy some ribbon, right, for the box, to wrap around the box. And when I say buy some ribbon, I mean put the ribbon in my pocket and walk out. Didn't pay. Didn't pay. If you're paying for ribbon at Lincraft, you might as well go down to Civic Pool, climb up the top of that 10-metre tower and jump off the back. Yeah? Because you're splatter if you're paying for ribbon at Lincraft. You splat it on the concrete like an egg, the sun comes out, cooks you, you know, sunny side up. Concrete egg if you're paying for ribbon at Lincraft. Who does that? A bit of a side note, if anyone here works for Lincraft, I'm actually looking for a sponsor for the podcast. So find me afterwards. We'll see what we can do. I can rebrand, change it to the Lincast, whatever. Change the name. Happy to do whatever it takes. So step one done. Got a nice gift box from the good Green Shed. Yeah? Not the shit one in Civic, where you can get a World War II Hungarian military field telephone for $385. And you can laugh at that one because the Hungarian military police aren't coming. Not tonight. Not tonight. And I've got my ribbon. And I stole some scissors too. And I head across the road from my Lincraft to the Canberra playing fields. Because you know the Lincraft in Canberra, right? You know the one I'm talking about, right? Inside the Woolies. You know, they've got like the Bottle-O inside the Woolies and then they've got the Lincraft at the back. The BWS is in there and then at the back in the corner they've got the LBW, the Lincraft by Woolies. You guys know what I'm talking, is that right? You guys, that's what it said on the bag anyway, when I bought the ribbon. Yes, I paid for the ribbon. Fuck. You see right through me, don't you? Anyway, so, got the box, got the ribbon, stolen, paid for. Fuck you. And I head off to the Canberra playing fields with the scissors. And I spend about 4 hours on my hands and knees cutting that grass. Little snips filling up the box. With that grass, I tie the ribbon around it, I take it off to the birthday party, give it to Braith, right? And he gets it and he goes, oh, you didn't have to get me anything, Gareth. And I said, oh, I fucking love you, you piece of shit. Take it. Bants. And he opens it up and he says, oh, what is it, Gareth? And I said, well, back in the 1969s, NASA went to the moon, yeah? They brought back a bunch of moon rocks. And what do you do with moon rocks? You crack them open, don't you? And there were some seeds inside, right? And back in the 60s, Tuggeranong didn't exist. Canberra didn't exist. NASA owned Tidbinbilla and all the land around it. They didn't want to plant the seeds in America in case something messed up happened, so they planted the seeds in Canberra that didn't exist, in some fields, right? 40 years later, that grass is the Canberra playing fields. And it's got double the density of normal grass because of the mineral content. That's why everyone does their ACL down at Canberra playing fields. Yeah, on that moon grass. It's too hard for the people's knees. They hurt themselves. NASA actually had an ex-Nazi knee surgeon living in Canberra for about 30 years, doing cheap knee surgeries for all the Canberra moongrass knee victims. His name was Helmut Spritz. He got fired recently for sexual harassment. Who saw that coming, you know? Most of the patients is the answer. Anyway, that's how you get a nice gift for Braith for his birthday, pretty cheap. Who should we talk to now? Right here, with the shirt on. The white shirt, second row. What's your name, sir? Yeah.
Mark.
Mark. How are you, Mark?
I'm wonderful.
You're wonderful. That's really nice, actually. How do you find this weather, Mark?
This weather, awful.
Awful, because it's cold, right?
The hay fever is shit.
The hay fever, okay. So not the cold. You don't mind the cold? No. Do you have a good winter? It's okay. What do you do? What's the best way to stay warm in a Canberra winter, Mark?
Hide away.
Hide away. Jesus. Hide away from the natural elements. Fair enough. It's a good answer. It's wrong, but it's a good answer. The correct answer is hot baths, Mark. No one knows more about hot baths than your old mate me. No one. I had one yesterday just to practice. Just to practice. I put my foot in. And what do you reckon happened, Mark? It's too hot. Because it's always too hot in the bath, isn't it? When you run it, you put your foot in, maybe you're standing on cold tiles. Who knows? So I put my other foot in, right? And now 2 feet are burning. But you can't stand there all day, can you? So I lower myself, as I am here tonight. And now my nuts and arse are burning too. And you can laugh at that because the PC police aren't coming for that. Anyway, so the bath. It cools down a bit, you warm up a bit. It's not too hot anymore. You find an equilibrium, don't you? Don't you, Mark? Yeah. And at that point, that hot bath, yeah, you were actually quite into that, aren't you? That hot bath is the best place on earth at that point, isn't it? It's heaven. And a bit of a peek behind the curtain, this is the point where some comedians, they might start getting negative. Listing negatives about a bath for a few cheap laughs. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to throw the bath under the bus. It'd be easy to throw the bath under the bus. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to throw the bath under the bus. When I say easy, I mean easy to do, not easy to say. I struggle to get it out every time I say bath under the bus. And when I say easy to do, I mean metaphorically. Actually throwing a bath full of hot water in front of a moving bus would be a logistical nightmare. You can picture me, I'm standing there at the bus stop, bath on my shoulder, full of hot water. I've got a bus pass in my mouth because I don't want to give away the game. I don't want anyone to know what I'm up to. And you'd see the moment in my face when I realise that I'm in the wrong spot because the bus driver's going to see me and stop. So I'd just throw it there and he wouldn't hit it. So, you know, because observing the object changes the behaviour of the object, doesn't it? Laugh at that, bit of science, there you go. So I walk down 200 metres, 300 metres down the road, hide behind a bush, wait for the bus to come, peeking out. The pass is gone, the ruse is up, I'm waiting, and I've got a finite window, a very small window, to throw that bath on the road in front of a moving bus. The window, it's very small, for it to still hit it without swerving. A metaphorical window, of course. I'm not throwing it into the window of the bus. I can't get it that high. Fuck, it's an absolute minefield even trying to describe it, isn't it? A metaphorical minefield, obviously. I don't want the bus to hit a mine and kill all the passengers. Not for a few cheap laughs. Not tonight. But there are obstacles to overcome. The bath does start to cool down. Right? 15 minutes in, it's lukewarm already. And you need to make a decision at that point whether you're going to pull the pin, get out and get on with your life. Say goodbye to the bath. Or you could do what I do and pull the plug, let out a few inches and turn the hot water right back on again. Yeah? That's called a hot refill. And I'll do 15 of those. You hear that, Mark? That's a 4-hour hot bath. Yeah? It's like a relationship. It's like a marriage. You've got to keep it fresh like a relationship. Keep the spice in the relationship. Mark, are you in a relationship? No. I'm sorry to hear that. What about you two here? Are you guys in a relationship?
Here we are.
You are. What do you guys do to keep the spice in your relationship? A few hot refills? Bit of filth? You can laugh at that, it's all right. No, I mean, when I say spices, I don't mean actual spices. There's no paprika in the bath. I'm not marinating myself. There's a bit of paprika, Adam, and a bit of garlic. Anyway, so we've solved the temperature issue. The hot refills are sorting that out, you know, but we've introduced a new problem. A 4-hour hot bath, you're going to get hungry. I'm going to get hungry. But I've solved that before I even got in. I've prepared a 6-course meal. First up, I got roast potato cubes, 1 centimetre cubes with some drizzled olive oil and some Master Foods Cajun seasoning. Adam, do you know what's in Master Foods Cajun seasoning? No, no one does. I looked at the label, it said 4% salt, 96% Cajun seasoning. And I've grated some cheese on top, Bega. The good Bega. The black label. Strong and bitey, yes. Strong, bitey, black, it's like a spider. The biggest spider is spinning a web of dairy goodness over my roast potatoes. Fucking yum. Second course, we're not waiting, Mark, we're not waiting. We're going on organic blueberries. Do you like organic blueberries with high probiotic yogurt on the side? Yeah. That's kind of seductive the way you said yeah then. Really likes his blueberries. And then the guts are full. You need to give him a break. We're going to take a 90-minute break. How many hot refills is that, sir? 6, good. Numbers, man, I like it. Do you know the benefits of a 90-minute hot fast? No, there are none. Third course, we're going gourmet Italian cuisine. Spaghetti bolognese. A good one, red wine, mushrooms, all the works. It's been floating down the other end of the bath in a Tupperware container with a lid on it. The whole bath, staying warm. Floating down there like a little Italian cruise ship. Yeah, except this one's not going to crash. Fucking yum, fucking delicious, fucking yes. See, I wake up every morning and I look myself in the mirror and I say fucking yum, fucking delicious, fucking yes. 50 times in a row. That's my daily affirmation. Mark, have you got a daily affirmation? You don't. You can have that. As a matter of fact, I feel good about this crowd. We're going to give it a go now. When I say fucking, you all say yum. When I say it again, you say delicious. And when I say fucking a third time, you say yes. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, fucking.
Yum.
Fucking.
Delicious.
Fucking.
Yes.
We can go louder. Fucking.
Yum.
Fucking.
Delicious.
Fucking.
Yes.
One more time, louder. Fucking.
Yum.
Fucking.
Delicious.
Fucking.
Yes.
Yes. Can you feel that energy? Can you feel the warmth? Yes. Yes. Now you're all in the bath too. We're all in the bath together. This is the lifestyle you deserve. Group baths, bulk washing, hot water, Adam. 3 meals down, 3 to go. I'm in the bath. You're in the bath. We're doing another hot refill. This is the best place on earth. And my fingers are starting to wrinkle. Because I keep them under the whole time. And I don't know, Mark, if it's causing long-term nerve damage. I don't know if I'm losing my fine motor skills. What I do know is that past 1 a.m. most nights, I can't put an earring back in anymore. You know, like, if someone says, oh, Gareth, my earring fell out, can you put it back in? I don't say yes or no. I say, what time is it? If they say 3 a.m, I'm like, sorry, because my fingers are under, my hands are under the whole time in the hot bath. Do you have that problem? No. I think we're living very different lives. Fourth course, mint-flavoured chocolate mousse. Oh, yes. Another hot refill, take a bit out, put a bit in. Fifth course, double choc mousse with choc chip. That's right, back-to-back chocolate mousses. We're not fucking around. They're big bowls too, they're not those shitty little ones. We'll deal with the consequences tomorrow, yeah? Take a bit out, put a bit in. Sixth course, orange-flavoured chocolate mousse with a real wedge of orange as a chaser. And that's a 6-course meal that you can take to the bank. That'll have you fucking flying, that 6-course meal. Yeah? And you'll be flying so high you'll end up on your roof. And you'll stay on your roof so long you'll start fixing tiles. You'll become productive on your roof. Yeah? It sounds good, doesn't it? You're all out of the bath now, you're up on the roof. You're all tile fixers now. You're growing veggies in the gutter. This is our new society. We're catching birds out of the sky, magpies, galahs, cockatoos. We're smoking them over the chimney. This is how we exist now. Yeah? 10-hour smoked magpie. With gutter veggies is the secret 7th meal. Yes. So, tile fixers. Which is what you identify as now. Just like Mama said. You're not a boomer or a millennial, you're not a Granny Smith or a pink lady, you're a tile fixer, you fix things. Yeah. Like Davey said, you're not a short-sighted shark being led by instinct, blood in the water. You're a tile fixer. You fix things. You pay for ribbons. You buy second-hand gifts. And you know about NASA conspiracy theories about the moon. Yeah?
Yes.
So one last time before I get out of here, one more yum delicious yes. Fucking!
Yum!
Fucking!
Delicious!
Fucking!
Yes!
Thank you all very much.